Boom. Anthony on Air podcast. What up, big dog?
Here we are. See, what I was saying is, I think we should start every podcast, empty screens, and then we come in and sit down at the same time.
Ooh. Chase Up just got here for the intro.
Oh, God. Keep going.
We're the Queen. Lots of Queen.
Oh, yeah. He's crapping out. Is he crapping on you? Fam sucks dick.
Dynamite intro.
Now I can hear you.
Welcome. We're going to be talking about the Queen. A lot of Queen on this episode. Mostly Queen. Latest information, fun facts about the Queen, who gets her money, who takes over next.
I think we kind of all know who takes over next by now, no?
Lots of pomp and circumstance. And of course, the Americans found a way to butt in and make it all about themselves. Because the issue has become, will President Biden invite former President Trump? And if you're like, why does he get a say? We will explain.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wait, we live yet?
Yes.
That was.
Oh, I almost burped.
Oh, boy.
You could burp.
Oh, boy. Plus, Martha Stewart goes topless. Kelly Ripa passes out while doing the deed with her hubby, and Chipotle walks their burrito hack. He's a good-looking guy, isn't he?
Who's Kelly Ripa's husband?
Mark
Consuelo.
Consuelo.
About that guy.
Don't know.
I'm gonna take the microphone out of this.
You know it's a big deal.
He makes me take my microphone out of the stand because I would definitely take.
If you know what I mean.
His microphone
into your stand.
Into my stand.
I have no idea who this guy is. How do you know this person? Is he famous? Does he do?
How do you not know him?
Does he do anything? What does he do?
He's famous now for being Kelly Ripa's husband, but I think wasn't he a soap opera actor?
Originally soap opera actor, but he has been on a few things, and he was in something more recent that I saw, and I was like, yeah, he could still get it.
It wasn't you.
I wish. Hold on. Oh my God. Let's see.
The world is waiting.
The world is waiting. I mean, he's in a lot of things. He has like these little parts. Nothing.
I bet
he's
he
Kelly
doesn't.
Ripa's husband. He's famous for being
He
Kelly
does definitely
Ripa's
not
husband.
have a little part.
I don't know who the hell he is. I don't watch soap operas, and I don't know Kelly Ripa's husband.
I can't believe you don't know who. Yes, you do. If you saw him, you know who he is.
Well, we'll talk about it. So stay tuned, kiddies. That's coming up on this episode.
Tuned.
Where were you when the Queen died?
I was home.
See, it's not as big as Kennedy. Nobody really remembers. I'll tell you what, those English people seem to love the Queen, though. They are like devastated.
That's their queen. 70 years.
70 years. You know what's hysterical? Like Elton John and a couple of other people, I've seen them like send in their like tributes, and like you're talking about 60 and 70-year-old people going, she's the only queen I ever had. She's all I've known. She's literally ruled for an insane amount of time.
Yeah, I think it was something like 14 U.S. presidents. I forget the weird, crazy numbers. It's like 14 presidents, and I don't know how many prime ministers. I think somewhere in that range, amount of prime ministers they've had. And she's just 70 years since she's what? Since she's 25 or 26 years old?
Yeah, it was in her 20s, yeah.
When her father
100%.
passed away and she had to take over.
Okay, I have 10 surprising facts. Who gets her money? Meghan, Prince Harry, the last photo, and the latest updates, which are several. Where would you like to go first?
Oh, I'm definitely only staying for the Queen. That's it. That's how important she is.
Not Martha Stewart or Kelly Ripa?
What's up with that?
I mean, I can understand why Kelly Ripa would pass out during sex with her husband. So
could be low blood sugar.
What? Why don't we go with some of the latest information? The amount of flight searches on travel sites have blown up through the roof. There's been a 49% spike in people searching for flights to the UK from the US since the news of her passing. Everybody wants to go.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, is it? I don't know how close you could get to the actual thing, but how does that? What's it called? Right.
I don't think anybody's going to be able to get close whatsoever. But I think that everybody wants to. I think everybody wants to be there, just like to be in the country and there in her presence, if you will. I don't know. Would you travel to the UK for that, Janine?
No.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
The thing is, you're gonna go, and you're gonna go just to say you went, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Frank obviously just left to go.
He's on his way. He's getting a flight. He got a ride.
When is it?
So she has her funeral 10 days from yesterday.
Okay. So you're gonna go, and you're not gonna be able to get anywhere close near anything. It's kind of like when the Pope dies, right? Like,
It's
That's
just
a
going to be a
good-
huge thing. There's just going to be thousands and thousands of people.
right? Would you really want to go? Like I said, people are gonna go just to say they went. That's it.
I'll tell you what, to be totally honest and transparent with everybody, if it was Dave Matthews, I'd go. And that's short of him. I can't really see.
Dave Matthews, that's the only. Are you going to go to Dave Matthews' funeral when it happens?
I am dreading the day that man passes on. Dreading. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Him and Van Morrison.
You'll always have his music to remember.
I know, but it'll be so fucking devastating. You know what's so funny? All my life, ever since I was a fan of his, I was like, he has such a unique voice. It's like Dylan, unique voice, unique songs. I'm like, if he dies, there's nobody to replace him. Nobody could possibly sound like him.
Oh, and God.
3 years. Wait. So 3 years ago, I'm on the internet. I stumble across this guy who sounds exactly like him. And I kind of had that moment of like, oh, all right, we'll be okay.
Here's okay. I'm gonna make a very broad statement. Agree with me or not. Going to the Queen's funeral is like going to the Yankee ticker tape parade for us. Because
mood might be slightly different,
right? But it's gonna be, it's gonna be a horrible fucking time, right? Yeah. But people go just to say you went. I went once in high school, and I will never go. And actually, we left before it started. That's how bad it was. Yes.
It's just gonna be, it's gonna be wall to wall people, and you're just gonna be like this the whole time.
Did you ever go?
Mm-mm. No, my team's never won a World Series.
Pussies. And I'll be honest with you, I went to the Giants one, and that was way more calm and tame than the Yankees one.
I'm not a performing.
Night and day. Night and day.
Should I perform for $5?
Dance, monkey, dance.
Damn it. Hey, nailed it.
It will be a sad day when Dave Matthews closes his eyes.
Look how you're tearing up right now.
The way he was drinking for a while there, I was really concerned. I agree. I think, here's the thing too. Like, it's kind of foreign to Americans. We have to equate it to the Yankees because we've never loved a person like we love.
That's what I mean. Like, it was just like you had to go just to say you went.
Yeah.
The crowds were horrendous. I wonder how many people are expected there.
I think
First,
it's
how
going to
many
be
people
insane.
for a Yankee parade?
No, there'll be more people at this. There'll be
Yeah,
more
this is
people
going
at
to be
this.
crazy. The Pope visited back in the 90s, I think. Visited New York, and they had it
No,
at
2000s.
was it 2000s?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so early 2000s, and the crowd there, they had to do it at Aqueduct, the racetrack, and they, just the crowd, the place was packed, overflowing, and it was like an insane. And that was just him visiting.
Guess
This
what?
is the funeral for a queen. It's gonna be insane.
Which,
Frank.
by the way, is the only time they clean New York is when the fucking Pope comes.
Oh,
That's
let
the
me
only
tell you
time.
something. I have fake news from Frank. It was
Yes.
actually 2015, and it was Central
No,
Park.
no, I'm talking about back when they had it at Aqueduct. This was
Oh, the
I
other
was in
Pope.
high school. We were in high school.
The other
He's
Pope.
he's talking
Pope
about 3
John
popes
Paul.
ago. Yeah,
Pope
he's
John Paul
he's
II.
Frank stuck in 1995 with Metallica and The Simpsons.
Why do I even?
Oh, what's on
I don't
his
even
shirt
bother
today? What's
bringing
on
up
his shirt
anything.
today? What's on
What's
your
on
shirt?
your shirt today, big dog?
It's Dover Downs. It's from a casino in where was it? In Delaware, I believe.
That's ironic because it's J-Sabs who has the gambling problem. So that's J-Sabs. You have a Simpsons T-shirt on. Is this opposite swap day with Frank
Right.
on?
Right. Nothing wrong with the shirt. I don't wear goofy, crazy shirts all the time.
Right. But you know
Yeah.
what?
No, it's gonna
Would
be
you rather wear a goofy shirt than a plain white tee?
honestly.
Not only is this a nice outfit, but it's a great band. All right. Back to the Queen. Mourners, not that they got out of hand, but they've been there basically since word got out that she passed. That 2 hours ago, the Royal Park Police, or staff, I should say, started asking everybody to leave Buckingham Palace because they've just been there nonstop.
Oh, people just hanging around there just because they do the tours
Yeah.
and they just go in and out, and people are just staying there.
No, but they've been like 500-600 deep like the entire time, like just hanging around.
Yeah, you got to start ushering people out. I guess I don't know how it works over there, but they treat it probably like a museum. You just walk in and you could just walk around, and you don't have to follow any kind of, you don't have like 30 minutes and then you got to go. You can just stand there and just stare at all the stuff and just hang out. I think.
Jack me off. Americans' version was the death of Elvis. You think that's? I don't know.
That was
I don't
big.
know.
We weren't around for that.
I wasn't.
No.
Yeah, and you can't even. I was gonna say you can't even say Kennedy because that was a tragedy. Where this was not. It's sad, obviously, but it's not like it wasn't so sudden of like somebody getting assassinated. You know.
No, but I think in terms of mourning, people mourning a loss. Maybe Kennedy that took everybody. Of course, it was a shock to everyone, but I mean, I feel like from the footage I've seen, everybody was like besides himself with grief for that.
Cheryl says greetings, Anthony, Frankie C, and J-Sup. I like that. Maybe that's how we say what's up to J-Subs. J-Sup.
I like it.
Paul, Brits don't do emotional scenes. That's true. They'll be there like sad
Quite.
day.
Yes.
Right. Cheerio to the sadness.
I don't know if they cheerio the sadness.
Well, in my little fantasy, they do. London Bridge has been lit up in royal purple. On this is basically the second night of the Queen's passing. So they lit it up in royal purple to mourn her passing. Lots of tributes coming in, of course. Okay, here was a dick move.
Frank leaving again. Go ahead.
He's having some technical issues. We're trying not to point it out, J-Sabs, even though you're pointing it out every time.
Every time. I'm sorry.
So the Queen has this garden house, right? And
yes,
what?
that's right. I was just stopping you in your tracks. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's the Sandringham estate. And when she passed, somebody listed it on Airbnb.
It's
hilarious, but ill
too soon.
Yeah. I appreciate it, but I can't be on your side.
Yeah, give it some time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Tragedy plus time equals comedy, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
the formula?
I mean, I think
There
it's
was no
hysterical,
time. There was no time here.
Yeah, basically. And I believe that is most of it here, as far as like the latest stuff kind of going on.
So who gets the money?
You want to go to the money?
If that's the next
Okay.
step. What are the other topics for that?
Yeah,
For
let's go to the money.
All right.
The monarchy as a whole. Can you guess what the monarchy as a whole is worth?
It's got to be in the billions, I would imagine.
By the way, no follow-up questions from me. I have no idea how this all works. I don't understand how the monarchy is worth one thing and the queen's worth another thing, and then there's like a paycheck. I have no idea.
You lost me 5 minutes ago.
But
I'm sure if anybody in the chat knows, let us know.
Yeah, we have a lot of English people too. I don't know if there's anybody with us on this episode, but the monarchy as a whole is worth $88 billion.
88 billion.
The Queen's own personal wealth is $447 million,
Seems like enough.
which is fairly impressive. But when you think about the amount of billionaires that are in the United States of America, there's an awful lot of people that are richer than the Queen of England. That seems odd, doesn't it?
Well, her personal thing, but 88 billion is, I mean, I'm sure she has some kind of access to that. I'm sure it takes into account the palace and all the estates and everything they own and all that.
Wish.
I think, it's funny. I used to kind of think that the monarchy was stupid. And now, the older I get, the more I could appreciate it. Think about how much better America would be if we had a powerless old timer that was around to just kind of settle everybody down and move things along. Because that's basically all she did.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like
that's if the old timer.
No, I said settle things down and move along, not piss at the end of the couch because you think it's the bathroom.
Right.
That's if the old timer knows, has everybody's best interest. Because if you put someone else in there who everybody hates, and now they're stuck in there,
right.
and they what? I didn't say anything. I'm just saying if everybody doesn't agree with the king or queen that we have, and you're stuck with them for life, then that's an issue. I'm sure there are people that that would be on both sides of it. You put whoever as the king or queen, they're gonna be pissed off that they didn't do this, didn't do that. Just like here.
So
you on number one?
$447 million. She got $85 million when her mother died. She got $12 million when Philip died. I don't know how that works. A large bulk of her income originated in the Crown estate. The monarch gets 15% of the profit of the large property estate, which once belonged to the monarchy and is worth nearly $10 billion. That income will now pass directly to Charles. A separate and completely private income comes from the Duchy of Lancaster. Very douchey.
I think it's Ducey, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
Duchy. Is that Duchy?
Douche.
Duch. What is it?
Douche?
How do you spell it?
I think it's either Duchy. It's either Duchy or
could be
Duchy, as in pass it on the left-hand side.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Duchy.
Yeah. The Duchy of Lancaster, where there are a lot of Amish people. A lot of people don't know the Amish community in England.
Excuse me?
News.
Let me just tell you something.
That makes no sense.
About Amish people. I'm obsessed after visiting the largest Amish community last week in the world.
Okay, hold on. Here, I want to hear about this, Janine, but here's how you know Ant fucked up bad. Viola from Paul, which is like the bat signal. And here is everybody that knew exactly.
Duchy.
Like the
Duchy.
Like the Duchess, the Duke and Duchess. It's the Duchy.
Yeah, so.
It's Duchy as in Dutch. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm not going to even talk about that, but I have a little connection to the Queen, right?
No, I do
There we
not.
go. I know someone who knows the queen.
You're the second person, by the way. I know somebody who literally was like, "Oh, my dad was a lord, and I knew the queen," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "That's crazy."
Well,
So let me just ask the question we're all thinking. What number are you in line for the throne?
Frank,
God.
excellent question. Janine, answer please.
I wish. Well, I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's so much the queen as it is Princess Diana. So, I met someone
I
who was
just
one
want
of her.
everybody to know that I don't even believe this. Go ahead.
No, this is serious because it's a vacation story.
Okay, you knew Princess Diana, and it's a
No.
vacation story. You were vacation friends with Princess Diana.
Did you have nachos? I think you spring for the nachos if you're dining with Princess Diana.
Can we get
okay.
can we get a fish and chips for the table?
Fish and chips,
Fish and
shepherd's
chips would be
pie for
nice.
everyone.
Do you share fish and chips? The chips you share.
Yeah.
Right. I have met someone 3 or 4 times. So I wouldn't say met them. I know them basically, who was one of Princess Diana's bridesmaids. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool, don't you?
So how was she connected with Princess Diana?
Because her mother is one of the cousins. She's royalty, but she lives in the Bahamas.
That's awesome.
So you made vacation friends with them? Can you call that person up right now?
Pretty much.
I'm not asking you to. I'm just wondering if you could. Like you could contact them.
So she owns the islands in the Bahamas that I have frequented.
Oh.
She lives there full time and has been for the last 20 years. But she is royalty. She was one of her bridesmaids, and she owns a shop on the island. And we started talking because I don't even know how it started. Maybe because I was telling her I was from New York and I used to be in fashion, and we just started talking. So like basically every time I would go there to the island, if I would see her, we would speak. And I used to get so fucking nervous. Okay.
Why?
Real talk. Look, if I picked up the mic, this is real talk.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's very, I don't know, she's famous. You know who she hosted at her house a few weeks ago?
Elton John.
No, but she knows him too.
Mm.
Jennifer Aniston.
How do you
Jason
know
Bateman.
How do you know who she's hosting? You keep tabs on her? How is she in the news? I never.
She posted a picture on Instagram.
Oh, your Instagram friends.
Well, yes, but
or you just follow
Jason
her
Bateman
page?
and what's his face? The talk show host.
Gotta be more
James
specific.
Corden.
No, the other one. Not British.
Colbert.
The other one.
Kimmel.
Him. So, yeah.
Suck it, Frank.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry. So
I was gonna go with
pretty cool.
Seth Meyers next.
You're right.
Okay, so can we have an interview with royalty and maybe get her on the phone?
Go ahead. If I told you, you probably wouldn't even know her name.
No, we wouldn't.
Want me to tell you her name?
She's not. What? Like, does she have a title?
Yes,
She's
her
a
name.
cousin.
Her name is India Hicks.
India Hicks.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
Paul.
like royalty.
Paul just said, "Is it India
Wow.
Hicks?"
Good.
Wow.
That was good.
Yep.
You and Paul read the same gossip rags. How about that?
Cool. Can we? We should reach out. Say, hey, get her on the show. A little royalty on the show.
Ask her
Class
if she
up this
wants to be
place.
on a mid-level podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I should we. Are we
You're
allowed
giving
to wear
yourself
t-shirts?
a little cringe.
Yeah, mid-level. Come on.
So she'll be. Yes, Paul's right. She is an interior designer. Her father was a very famous interior designer.
Oh, so your father and her father.
Exactly.
Did they work together?
That's how I did mention that. I didn't say my father invented plaid because he didn't invent plaid.
He
Imagine
invented.
I was like, well, my father invented plaid.
They may not have called it plaid, but he invented
Right.
it.
By the way, that is the best. I'm like, I know Meghan and Harry and all these people. If I had to pick one, I want to be one that nobody really kind of knows, but I
Yeah.
have the money and the title, and
You
I'm
still reap
off
all the benefits.
in a corner of the world, and nobody gives a shit, and just living life.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best part. That's the best one.
Does she get like a tiara?
I don't know.
No. All right, we don't know.
That'd be nice.
At least that's all. Give me a crown. Give me something I could wear. A sash, but it has to be
Something.
official.
So, by the way, the property that we were talking about that started all this pulls in $24 million a year.
$24 million a year for which property?
The Duchy in Lancaster.
Oh, touchy. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, I have to pronounce it the right way.
I had to think about that for a second.
I feel like I've heard of India Hicks. I don't know why. Sounds like I feel like she was in the news. Not recently, but maybe a while back. I don't know. Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. Here you go. Bobby just wrote, she's originally from England. Yes. She's the second cousin of Charles and was in his wedding. Yes, I knew that. She was in his wedding.
Was she featured in The Crown?
Oh. No.
Because that's a possibility. I don't know.
Have you ever been to England?
I stopped there. We just landed in England, and then we got on a boat, a cruise. So I never.
That's the
walked
best way to
around,
experience it.
Never toured England. Yeah.
Okay.
We just went from the airport to the pier, and that was it.
The best way to experience and take in London is to land in the airport and then hop on a big fat American cruise. And just
It was
be
not an
fat
American
Americans.
cruise. It was not an American cruise.
Don't tell me it was Royal Caribbean.
It was Royal Caribbean.
This shit is American as fuck. What are you talking about?
How is that American?
They're all in the Bahamas, by the way. Anyway, it doesn't even matter.
I feel like it sails out of. They're all over the world, Royal Caribbean. Plus, I feel like their flagship is not America. I feel like it's in one of the islands
Really?
or something.
They're all in the islands, but they're all American. Nobody really goes on cruises besides Americans.
There were a lot of non-Americans on this cruise.
I feel
Well,
like
that
there's a
sounds
lot
racist.
of people from the UK who go on them. You don't think so?
No.
They have them there. I mean, you cruise the Mediterranean. We did France, Spain, and Portugal, and it was awesome. So
First of all, can I be honest with you? There's really only 6,000 people in the UK anyway. It's fucking tiny compared to America.
I always hear that it's tight, but every time I see it's either Abbey Road, whenever I see a picture of England, Abbey Road, or a spot I've never seen. So I feel like there's a lot to it that we're not privy to. I feel like it's bigger than we
less.
think. I feel like it's bigger than we think.
That's what she said. I've never had any real desire to go there. I think because of the weather, that throws me off. It's like,
Well, you're not going to go there for the beaches. You go there for
No.
the museums
History.
and the history and
Yeah.
Because whenever you look at like a sky view of England, it looks huge because you see the river and the bridges and all the like the Big Ben and the palace and all this stuff. It looks it looks decent. It looks huge, but it's an island,
Yeah.
basically. And I'd love to see it. It's not like number one on my list, but I'd love to go.
There are 55 million people in England. There's 39 million people in California.
wow.
California's pretty big, and England's bigger than California.
Mass wise, I don't really know. Pina colada. I'm a British citizen, and I didn't appreciate the Queen until she was gone. So you've appreciated the Queen for like 16 hours.
Wow.
She had all that power and didn't abuse it. She kept her oath to serve and not rule. She was remarkable. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
when you think about the old timer who doesn't get in the way and just like, well, everybody relax a little bit. We'll be fine.
Did you watch The Crown?
No, I didn't watch The Crown.
The first season, we watched the first season, and it's about her for the most part. It starts off with her father, and then she's a kid, and then the father passes away. She grows, and she's like 25 or something when she takes over, and it's her again. I don't know the Crown. Like I think some of it is not. Uh, you know, they take some liberties because it's a TV show. They not everything is as accurate as it was, but there is, if you're watching The Crown, it's very. She has a lot of influence because she is the public figure. She's so she has had Churchill over all the time talking about what we're going to do, and they would pass policies and whatever, and she would have influence. Not like she was powerless.
Yeah.
She commanded uh, uh, some respect, and she had a lot of respect, and everybody um, looked up to her. So when she said something was going to happen, it wasn't like, who's listening to her? It caught a lot of people. She was a big figurehead that everybody was like, oh, she said it's going to happen, so now the government has to do it. So she like made promises to people and was like, well, now they got to do it. But again, she didn't abuse it. She wasn't like one of these people that would go out there and say, oh, they're going to do it, and now they got to. She would talk to
Right.
Churchill a lot. I think Churchill came there at least once a week for meetings, according to the Crown. And
Yeah.
she would talk to him all the time.
No, she could have been a far bigger dick than she
She
was.
could have been. But she pulled. I think she pulled a lot of strings in the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Queen meets with the Prime Minister once a week. There you go.
And they got this new prime minister in there now, and this is like her first thing that she's got to fucking deal with is the fucking queen. She's got to set a rapport with King Charles now.
Yeah, that's it. King Charles the Third.
The third, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, out of her private money, there's really no say in that because it's her private money. They think that Andrew's getting quite a chunk of it. Somebody said that Josh Rom, who is a royal commentator, imagine that job. I mean, I guess it's no more ridiculous than a fucking football analyst here in America, kind of dumb. But he said that Andrew was her favorite.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And so he's going to get a chunk of it.
Maybe when till the end, or like when he was a kid.
I don't know. She stood by him, She gave him the money to get through the whole thing with Virginia Roberts. So she's got other kids, though. Annie and Edward, they're going to get a piece. And, of course, William and I don't know about Harry. I don't know if Harry's making the cut these days on the old inheritance.
Well,
what do you think about all that? I heard he went to Scotland to be by her side, and Meghan didn't. But to be fair, William went and Kate didn't because she had the kids.
Right. I feel like everybody goes. Bring the kids. I would if it were.
I'm saying they went to Scotland. The Queen died in Scotland. She'll come back to London. They'll all go back to. In fact, I think they're already back, but they didn't. Only the boys went. The wives didn't go
to Scotland.
Maybe that's what they're supposed. Maybe that's what.
Yeah, maybe just blood family for the Yeah, I don't know if that's the way it has to be done. You're right, Jason. Who knows? Or is it they just didn't want to bring the kids? That someone had to watch stay with the kids. They didn't want to bring them there. They'll bring them to the services, if anything. You don't want to bring kids around to. I don't know if you even bring them to funerals. Sometimes we don't do. When we have funerals here, you don't see a lot of people's kids running around. Usually, unless they're very, very, very close to the person.
The Queen relocated to Windsor Castle earlier this year. It's believed that Prince William and Kate Middleton will move in there next.
Ooh.
Yeah. Got a lot of property.
Yeah, they got a fuck ton of castles too. I mean, they just
for a country that's not that big. You're saying?
Yeah,
they got castles everywhere. They got all this estate. I mean, they got an army. They got the citizens. How many? It's got to be a big. It's got to be a bigger place than we realize.
The castles per capita is fucking ridiculous. That's for sure.
I think castles are really cool.
Who doesn't?
I really have a big interest in them.
It's funny. You ever see Eddie Izzard's stand up? The British comedian Eddie Izzard. He goes, Everywhere we turn in England, you just turn the corner. There's you got a big bloody castle. You got to drive around it. They're just in the way. They're everywhere. So there's just
Yeah.
castles everywhere. I don't know. They're not all royalty. They're just. I don't know what it takes to have a castle. I think it's just our version, their version of a mansion for us.
Yeah.
I think. You know, they have mansions over there too, but I mean, castles. I mean, what? It seems like a big waste of are there windows? When I picture a castle, I picture like from 1,000 years ago, like with catapults and shit.
Most of
But
them are, yeah.
but a lot of them, I'm sure they modernized to suit
I don't know.
standards
You know,
of today.
I call me crazy. I don't know if this is a weird. I always picture a castle to be fucking cold and not.
Yeah.
Right, because it's all stone.
Yeah,
It's got to be drafty as hell.
So there's no central air in there, you don't think?
I don't know. High
think-
ceilings. It must be echoey as fuck.
It's got all the walls are like porous because it's all cement and stone. But I'm sure all these open windows that you picture in movies, like with the castle. I'm sure they put up glass since
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
they don't. Maybe they don't. I don't know how they
That's
keep.
a good question. We gotta
how
go.
people-
We gotta go see some castles.
Can you carpet a castle?
That's
think
what she
there's-
said.
I
the-
guess so.
Does the castle drapes match the carpet?
All right, you ready for some fun facts about the Queen?
Yes, let's go. Fun fact.
She was homeschooled.
Yes, that I
She
knew.
loved to drive. Didn't have a driver's license.
Knew that too.
That is one hell of a PBA card you got
I tell you,
there.
I wouldn't know most of this unless The Crown.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good though? Wait, I just want to know. Did you like it?
Yeah, we only watched the first season so far. It is good.
It's on my list. All right.
Yeah, I would watch it. John Lithgow as what's his name? Prime Minister. I just said his name. What the hell is his name? Come on.
Churchill.
Churchill. Thank you. He's great, and she was awesome.
Donna in the chat. Trump doesn't need Biden to go to the Queen's funeral. He would just go on his own. False.
You can't really. I mean, you could be in the crowd if you want, but if you want to get
I'll
past any
explain.
kind of security, you're going to need probably
I'll
going to need an
explain.
invitation.
She married Prince Philip at Westminster Abbey in November of 1947. She used rationing coupons to buy her wedding dress.
Wow.
The country was going through its financial crisis at the time.
Yeah, it's
So,
right after World War II.
Yeah, so she didn't like blow it all up. She was conscious of her, of not making everybody feel bad during a financial crisis.
Right.
Even though it was her wedding. What fuck? How many brides do you know would fucking do that?
Shut up.
Especially royalty.
None brides.
Yeah.
We didn't get to this story. I think it got bumped off the last episode, but there was this story where this woman blew up on TikTok because she was in a bridal party and the bride planned this bachelorette party that was going to cost like $1,000 for like an overnight stay, like a day, a night, and a day, $1,000.
Totally.
She's like, yeah, and she was like, I can't do it. And the bride was like, it was her maid of honor, and she was like, well, I'm gonna have to downgrade you then to a bridesmaid, and fucking downgraded her. And then they got into a fight about it, and then she wound up not going. And then the bride was like, if you can't spend $1,000 on me, you're really not my friend. I'm like,
what the hell is that? That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
yeah,
You're
isn't
not
that crazy?
my friend. I got to go into debt. No.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just kidding.
Let me tell you something. The part of the wedding that I hated the most was having people spend money, having to come all the way out by me for fucking tuxedos and shit. I felt horrible about
Really?
all that
Why?
shit. Yeah, I just did. I don't know. I feel like that shouldn't be part of it.
I felt, I didn't want to pay for anything for your wedding. I was like, why do I
Yeah,
got to wear a tux now? I got to rent this thing. Come on, man.
it was mostly because of how much shit I had to go through for Frank's fucking wedding. After that, I was like, this shouldn't be. This
You didn't have to
shouldn't be
go
how
through
people are
anything.
treated.
You had the
Oh, I
best
wouldn't
time
know.
ever.
I wasn't invited.
Yeah, you were.
Nope.
Yeah.
You
know
weren't
what?
invited to Frank's wedding?
Get me on the next one. It's okay.
I don't think
Now all the animosity makes sense.
Here we go.
Wow, it's all.
I don't think we knew each
coming
other that well. This
together.
was 12
Frank?
years ago.
We knew each other. Don't make the confused counting phase. We knew each other, and it's
This
okay.
is 12 years ago, though. I don't, you know.
No,
I
I don't
can't-
think we were
this
as
is-
close. I don't think we were as close as we are now.
sure.
You're not close now, the two of you. I don't know how much farther apart you could be.
No, he was
So-
like,
I wasn't invited to your wedding.
I didn't even know. I did not even know you back then.
Oh shit!
I didn't
all I
know
have to
you
tell-
or this guy. back
Let me
then.
just say this to the audience. I invited both of these people to my wedding.
So wait,
Okay.
how long have you been married, J Sabs?
Now you all know who the nice guy really is on this fucking show. Go
16 years.
Okay, I'm married 12 years. So I think, like, we didn't know each other during your wedding.
No.
And I think we only just started to hang out when my wedding came around. I don't think we were as close
ahead.
as we were.
That timeline
I
doesn't
bet
match
you're
up.
lying. I bet if I could find well, listen. Don't mess with
You're
me trying to
invited-
find.
You're invited to our vow renewal.
Oh my
Says
god!
jack
Finding-
me off.
I'm
Nobody
definitely
wants to
trying
go
get
to that. Let me tell you something.
What if it's in Vegas?
If you're thinking, maybe.
All right, then.
But I'll just say this: if J Sabs can throw herself 4 40th birthday parties, her fucking vow renewal thing is going to be ridiculous.
That's true.
Okay. I
Vow
can't
renewal,
believe-
more like a Val renewal. You know what I'm saying?
Frank,
Okay,
when did you get
that's-
married?
Stop this! Stop
2010.
this! Stop this insanity! Stop! Nobody
Why?
cares. Let's talk about this
Okay.
comment that just came in. That says Dave Matthews vacations at the same island.
Yes.
Are they
I told
imply-
this. I told this to you before.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I have.
So you know the person who invites Dave Matthews to a fucking
No.
private
She
island?
doesn't invite him. He just
He invites
just
himself?
goes. Yeah, he goes.
He just shows up.
Classic Dave Matthews.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
not-
Scumbag.
Dave.
That is not something Mr. Satellite would do. I don't
Um,
believe so.
He likes the island, so that's why he goes there. Because it's not. He's not just been there once. He's been there multiple times.
But she owns the whole island.
No,
Oh, she just owns part of it.
no, she doesn't own any
She
part
probably
of the
just
island.
she probably just has property on it.
She has 3 houses on the island, one
you
of
go.
which she lives in, 2 of which she rents out, and she owns a shop
Yacht?
on the island.
I'm sure a giant yacht too.
Probably.
Can she tell me when Dave's there?
I'll tell you when Dave's there.
Okay. Let me know because I'd love
What are you
to
gonna do?
run
What are you
into him
gonna-
on vacation.
You're gonna crash into him, and then he'll come into you. What is
Okay,
with that
stop it.
lyric?
Just stop it.
I'm sorry.
Do you know what the Queen's pet name was?
For who?
Her pet name.
Who called her this pet name?
Prince Philip.
Called it Queen Elizabeth. Nah, what was it?
Or actually, I think she referred to herself as this, and that people started calling her that.
Okay. No, I don't know.
Cabbage.
Cabbage.
Is that adorable? Little cabbage.
That is adorable. I like it.
Where's Mumsy Cabbage? You
Oh,
know?
cabbage. That's cute.
Paul, any photos of Dave nude on a yacht for Anthony? I don't want to suck his dick, Paul. Okay. I
Yeah.
just want to cuddle with him for a little
You
while.
wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it by talking to you. Are you
how
big
about-
spoon or little spoon?
How about little spoon all the way? How about this one? She carried ironed money.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Don't
that's
hand
very
her a fucking crimpled bill. She ironed
Well,
that shit out.
So she had to have someone iron her money for her. Well, okay. But here's
She-
the thing.
Yeah.
Where would she... I can't imagine her needing cash on her.
You know where she brought the money? Where would you bring money?
Where would you bring money?
I'll give you a hint.
Places.
On a cruise.
No, stop. Once a week you go.
Mm-hmm.
Once a week. I don't know. Where do you go?
The glory hole. Duh.
Obviously.
You only go
Um,
once a week? Come on.
Church. She would bring an iron and folded banknote to church for the collection box.
That was nice.
Class.
That is class.
Fucking class.
I like it.
Each morning at 9 a.m., the Royal Bagpiper would play for 15 minutes outside her window.
That would get old fast for me. I would be like, that was nice one day. The next day I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Bucket of water right on its head.
What do you mean?
She this now. See, Janine, you didn't think you had anything in common with the Queen. She liked cocktails and champagne even in the morning.
Oh.
Ooh, a
How about
morning
that?
drinker.
Morning drinker, just like our own J-Saps.
Hey, when you're the
I
queen,
like it.
you do what the hell you want, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. She actually wanted a speaking role in James Bond.
Really?
Didn't she have one?
She did. She made a cameo with Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Part of the 2012 London Olympics when it was in whatever fucking movie that was, James Bond movie. She was in it. Yeah.
I can't imagine the set that day or when, like, how they filmed that, because the security alone, not to mention just the average security of the movie set, it's just like a million people to begin with. And now you have the Queen coming on set. That's
Ugh.
insane. That's
Mhm.
got to be a nightmare, by the way, for the like extra people and the background people, whoever is working on the film. I'm sure it's awesome though. Naked Gun, Robin, also Naked Gun.
Yeah,
Big
Naked Gun was
big
fucking
rolling
great.
Naked Gun.
That was fucking
That
great.
was awesome. That was hilarious.
Who put that thing in the chat today that Reggie Jackson was a leading
Oh,
suspect?
My brother. Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, that was classic.
She used to trick people with her hats around the royal castle. She didn't want people knowing. So if you notice, like all her hats matched her outfits, like the jacket and everything,
Sure.
the colors always the same. So she didn't want people gossiping about what color outfit she was going to wear that day. So she would have them put out all different color hats all around, so nobody could know what color it
Ooh.
was for that day. And then she would just come out and grab whatever hat she had and go.
Mm.
Seems like a lot of effort for. I don't want people
Hat.
talking about what I wear.
Yeah, you got time to fuck around with people.
I guess so.
Remember Andrew? Remember that story with Andrew with the 50 fucking bears on his bed? Whack job.
That's a whack job behavior.
Yeah, so it's a couple fucking hats. Big deal.
See, if I was working for the Queen, I would want to be that guy. I would want to be the prime minister of fucking with people. She's just she hires me to like pull all these gags on everyone, like put the hats everywhere. It'd be great. All right, and I put whoopee cushions on everybody's seats just to be just the dick of the castle.
What was the movie with John Goodman where he becomes king?
King
What was
Ralph.
King Ralph. I want to watch that movie now. I'm kind of in the mood for that movie.
We should do it.
Be honest with me,
next
King
year.
Ralph or The Crown? What's more authentic?
Oof, I haven't seen King Ralph in a while, so I'm not sure.
All right, let's move through this quickly because we don't have much time left in the podcast, and I'm wondering if we could take J Sabs to the end.
I don't think that's
doubt that.
possible.
Will Biden invite Trump to the funeral? So here's the deal. Trump is not going to be allowed to, nobody can attend the funeral. You have to be invited. Before everybody gets all American centric, think about the leaders in all the countries that are going to be invited to this funeral. You're talking, it's tens of thousands. It's thousands, So what they've done is they've gone to all the leaders and by the way, they all have former leaders and cabinet members and vice leader, they all have their own, a bunch of people.
Entourage. Yeah.
So the crown has left it up to each individual country on who they want to bring with them, but it's up to the leader. So if President Trump wants to go, he has to be invited by Joe Biden. And the question is will Joe Biden invite him?
How is that even a question?
I just asked it. Not much required for a question. You have to start with a W word and end in a question mark.
You really don't need a W word, but okay.
Will, what, who, where, how, I'll give you. But other than that, that's it.
Are.
Is.
Can.
Can't stand it.
Fuck.
Could.
Holy shit.
Ass. Ass.
Kink.
No, I don't think he does. He definitely does not. I mean, why would you bring? I'm sorry, but public enemy number one to the fucking thing.
He got along with the Queen.
Leader of the MAGA fucking Republicans. He was not. He just called them out on in his speech, and now he's going to bring their leader to the. No, it's not going to happen.
Listen to you toting the company line, MAGA Republicans.
Wow.
That's what they are. What do you want from me? That's what they're Republicans, and they follow Trump to the end. You know, it's not like I'm making, any wild accusations. That's what it is. You gotta have nachos. Nachos at a funeral.
Nachos at the world leaders table. Let's get a world
You
leader
think they
nacho.
doing Irish nachos or regular
Yeah.
nachos?
Out of respect for the queen, I think
Yeah.
you gotta get an Irish nacho.
What's an Irish nacho?
Yeah. Oh, look who else is swinging throwing big haymakers.
Hey-o.
Big old dick coming through.
I love it.
Frank's wife just walked in and just fucking put it on the table. Which passport
Right.
would he use?
Yeah, the confiscated ones, or how many other ones does he got?
J Sabs, do you think Uncle Joe invites Trumpy Trumps?
I don't think he will.
Wow.
How is that even controversial? Why would he invite him? He's under investigations.
Is
and all this
Obama
stuff?
going to be invited?
1,000%.
Sure will.
Is
the one. He's the
Hillary
one running
gonna-
the shadow government, J Sabs, of course.
I forgot. Is Hillary going to be invited?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Yes.
That's, maybe.
Yes, because she's Bill Clinton's +1, much to his chagrin.
Is Harry Styles going to be invited?
Only if he gets to spit on someone.
Gets spit
Did
on
he
all the
really
time.
spit on that guy? Can I
No.
tell you something?
It looks like it, but
I watched that
they all
video
deny it.
4 times before I even knew what it was about. And I'm like, why is this a video? Would they giving each other?
You don't think it looks like it?
I didn't see a shitting thing.
Nothing. You don't see anything come out of his mouth, but he makes a motion, and then Chris Pine is sitting there like, he just goes like this, like, what the hell was that? He makes this face like, can't believe he just did that. You can't see any spit come out of the guy's mouth, and they both deny it, and everybody's denying it. But it just looks like that's what happened, and Chris Pine kind of reacts like that's what happened.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Anyway, I think he invites him. By the way,
How do you think that?
That's the right thing to do. The right thing to do is invite him.
Oh,
He is a former president of the United States. I don't care what anybody thinks about him. He gets invited. Obama, all the live ones, they all
Will
get
Smith?
the invitation. Well, no, we can't have a fucking anger.
Slapping people left and right.
Yeah.
Big Willie
He
style.
should be invited. And if Biden had any fucking brains in his head, tough, he will get invited. He should get invited.
Yeah, you know what?
He
And
just
they're right.
froze on my screen like that, Anthony.
He's invited to the inauguration, which he wouldn't go to. What do you think makes you think he's going to this thing? What, he's going to sit
two
next to?
different things.
He's going to sit in between Obama and Biden? What do you think is going to happen?
He needs to sit between.
See, can I tell you something? Can I tell you why you're dumb? Can I just lay out a couple of examples?
Yeah, I'd love to hear this.
You hate the guy, right?
I dislike him very much.
Nah, not at all.
By the way,
He's an
wasn't
asshole.
it weird that the day after Frank wished Trump death,
Right.
I did
Queen
not wish
died?
anybody
You
death.
noticed that, right?
Did you notice
too?
that?
I didn't wish
Yeah.
anybody death.
Mhm.
Scary.
There's no way he's going, even if he was invited. He's not going, number one. Number two, I don't think he's getting invited. Because, you don't invite the person who tried to overthrow your government to something like this.
Oh, here
Well,
we go.
What is this? Here we go. These are facts, folks. These are
Here's why
facts.
you're dumb. Can I explain?
Here we go. Oh,
What?
here we go.
What is a bigger alpha move than to be like, hey, bitch, you want to get a ride on my fucking plane? You want to ride over?
Oh.
You don't get to sit in the big dog's chair anymore.
He wouldn't. He
already
wouldn't go
did-
on the plane with him. No, there's no
already
way he
did
would go
that
on a plane
move.
with him.
They already did this
Here's the thing.
dance.
Here's the thing. Let Trump look like a shithead. Don't not invite him. Extend the invitation and let him be the one that says no.
It's already
Here's
been,
my problem with that.
This has already been established that because the inauguration was his chance to show up and be the bigger guy, but he wouldn't do it. So it's over.
So let him do it. Let him be the fuck up. Let him look like an asshole.
He already did it. He already has proven that he's an asshole
No.
by not going to the inauguration.
Yeah, I
By
didn't
not-
like that.
By
You know I
not
didn't like that.
by
I know
not
you did not like that.
carrying-
It's a sore subject.
not carrying out
Woo.
his duty as someone who's sworn
His
to
duty.
uphold the Constitution. He already proven he's an asshole.
Because I love pomp and circumstance, and what's got more pomp and circumstance than a British funeral for the Queen?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Nothing.
It's a lot of PNC, as I like to call it.
Right. Yeah, you're
Pussy
true.
cock.
There's no way he's going.
And I just think he should. It's not a question of whether he's going or not. Is will Biden invite him? Is the question.
Yeah.
I don't expect him to do the right thing, but I expect him being Trump. I expect Biden to do the right thing. He should do the right thing and invite all the when who was the guy? Who was the guy in Israel who died? Was it Arafat? Who was the fucking guy?
Was it Jesus?
It was Jesus. When Jesus died.
Can I get Jesus for 400?
No, it was one of the leaders in the middle somewhere. I don't know where all the oil is. It doesn't fucking matter. But Obama was president. He invited all the fucking last couple of schmucks. They all got on a plane together and fucking went. That's the right thing to do. When a leader dies, you invite all your former presidents.
Who invited who?
Obama invited all the former presidents, including Bush.
I understand.
It wasn't a partisan thing. They all got
nothing to do with nothing to do with partisan. Nothing to do with I am a Democrat and you're a Republican. It's the fact that you led an insurrection and you stole classified material. That's why you're not invited.
Maybe he'll bring it back. Maybe he'll maybe.
Well, you know what? Maybe
he'll
Joe's
be on Air Force
that.
One going, everybody, look what I found under the chair over here. Here it's all right here all the time.
Yeah, he's like, why did I get invited? You know, check your Mar-a-Lago.
That's the thing. That's
it's all
again
shuffled around in there.
Another reason why you're dumb. If he doesn't get invited, he's going to turn this into the biggest fundraising thing since the fucking Mar-a-Lago raid. He's going to
maybe he does. Maybe he does get invited. So let's play it out. Biden invites him. And he could do one of two things. He could either say, yes, I'm going, and sit there between everybody and make friends and be nice with people he hated and they hate him and blah, 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 which I don't see him doing. Or he says, no, I'm not going. I'll make my own way. I'll try to find another way to get there. Then he'll turn it into, they don't want me there. They didn't invite Trump. I feel like either way, he's going to turn it into some kind of bullshit that it's gonna be. He's gonna try to make it his own, about him in some way.
Look, Sue says Trump never accepted the result of 2020. What a better way to be like, hop on the president's plane, bitch. You're not in the big seat anymore.
I like what you're thinking. I'm not opposed to that train of thought. But I just he'll find some way. Look, Biden called me and invited me, but how could I get on the plane? He'll turn it into some, a pity invite. I'll get there on my own. I called Buckingham Palace myself. King Charles III invited me himself.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he made his own way there, but it's not up to anybody. The crown, monarchy, royal family, however you want to say it, has said to every single country, it is up to your current leader to invite whatever sort of delegation that they want. Now, I don't know if there's any sort of restriction on that or whatever the case is, but I mean, you can imagine. I mean, when have all the world leaders gathered together? Like, even when they have those summits and shit, it's never everybody.
Yeah, I'm sure there won't be. I'm sure there's going to be exceptions. People can't make it on a certain time. I don't know.
Yeah, and you don't want to give him an in and let him cry about not getting invited and being treated unfairly and the media this and the bullshit that, and just invite him. He's a former president. He's invited along with all the other former presidents.
I understand, but he's a special case. There's. I see your point, your side of it. There's reason to invite him, and there's reason to definitely not invite him.
There's no reason to not invite him
because he shouldn't get the privilege. He's the antithesis of what this country and what democracy stands for. So why would you roll out the red carpet for the guy?
Hunter's invited. He's going to do a painting. It's going to be beautiful.
Nice. Dick.
Fuck you, Hunter.
All right, so we lost Jay Saps.
Yeah, she couldn't stick. She couldn't hang on to
She
it.
couldn't handle that we were bashing her favorite guy, Trump.
No, she's not a favorite guy. She's just tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, okay.
I think
I don't
first of all, I
think
think I'm the smartest person here. Second of all,
uh,
I think he gets
I don't
invited
think
and he should be.
maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't think he deserves the privilege of being among the world leaders and being, if you want to pay your respects, you could pay them afterwards.
But he was a world
whatever.
leader. He was a world leader.
Yeah, so was Saddam Hussein. But was he invited? Obviously he's dead. But would he be invited? So is Putin. Would he be invited? I'm sure Putin's not invited.
That is a good question. I wonder if Putin was invited.
I doubt it. Even if he was invited.
I'll tell you
It's
what,
like,
I'd invite
come on
Putin.
out. It'll all be an elaborate trap to get him to come over.
I would invite Putin because what better time to put things behind us, like a war, than at somebody's funeral.
Yeah. Oh, that pesky war that costs thousands, if not millions, of lives. Yeah.
Hey, if King Charles, if Charlie Old 3 times wants to make his way, he should fucking get him over there. Be like, what are we fighting for? Let's
not fighting with him.
honor my mother's memory and sign a peace accord for all
So
time.
so you're gonna have Putin and I keep blanking on his name, leader of
Because you don't give a
Ukraine,
shit.
Zelensky. You're gonna have them both. Where do you seat those two?
Same row.
Same row,
Opposite
right
sides.
next, opposite sides. They just kind of.
Yeah, because so they can do this.
Yeah. We'll get nachos for the.
I heard they're getting nachos at the leader table. Should we
get in on that?
hammer this out? Let's talk about this.
Nachos is a good. You share them. Have a nice talk, nice chat. But no, Putin's not invited. I'm sure. I can't imagine he would be. So I'm sure Kim Jong-un isn't invited either. So you don't invite. I'm sure not every leader is invited.
Okay, but you're equating Trump to the fucking guy who's in a war right now, and the other guy who's been running a dictatorship for fucking 20-some odd years.
What's your point?
Your
He may not have been running a dictatorship for 25 years, but he tried to throw an insurrection, stop an election process, and then stole dozens and dozens of classified material, nuclear material, files. That's what the fuck. I mean, what do you want? Unless he physically, what's it called? Unless he's comes out and say, I want this to be a dictatorship. No one's going to believe that this guy, if he could, he would want to be king, and he'd want to be a leader for the rest of his life. I think he would do that.
Okay, now according to several articles here, Putin is not going to the funeral.
Right.
The Kremlin.
Was he invited?
That's what I'm trying. Yeah, it doesn't really say. Putin did visit with the Queen in 2003.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Putin visited with the Queen in 2003.
Okay.
In a statement Thursday, the Russian president praised the Queen, saying, for many decades, Elizabeth rightfully enjoyed her subjects' love and respect as well as authority on the world stage. He offered his condolences and wished King Charles III courage and resilience. So said all the right things, said nice things. Said the Russians respect the Queen for her wisdom, but Putin's attendance at the funeral is not an option. The spokesman for the Kremlin added the decision will be taken soon on who will represent Russia at the ceremony. So I'm guessing that sounds like an invitation. He's not going to go. He's going to send somebody else.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe it is an invitation. I don't know. But how do you invite the guy that everybody's sanctioning and at war with? And it's like...
Because he's a world leader. I don't think you're getting it. I know there's a war going on. I know he's doing horrible things, but it's not...
He's a world leader.
He's a world leader.
I understand that, but he's also a gigantic enemy.
Right, but again, I impress upon you, there's no way that you invite somebody like that because you want to get them in the room and go, what are you doing? You know, what's the game? You know, you
Yeah,
have that talk, and especially in times like this.
I understand. However, I feel like there's a target on Putin's head that if I feel like there's no way he's coming out in public to come to this thing because
Well,
he's a
yes,
walking target right now.
that's obviously why he's not going. That's why he's
So
declining.
that's why he wouldn't go. But do you invite the world's number one enemy to this thing?
Okay, let me clarify this here, Frank. According to this, the Kremlin said that he will not attend, that his attendance is not an option, but they are waiting to learn about the protocol for the ceremony before deciding who will attend.
Yeah, so they might not even get an invitation.
But I believe they said that all the world leaders are invited and it's up to them to figure it out. So I don't know if they've been able to get a reaction from Putin or the Kremlin since that announcement was made.
So Kim Jong-un is invited.
What? Who said that?
You said all the world leaders are invited.
I'll figure that out. By the way, Joe Biden is going. He confirmed that.
Joe Biden is going. Yeah, that makes
Biden's
sense.
going, yeah.
Hey, listen, if inviting someone ends wars, great. Love it. But I don't think Trump gets an invite. And I don't know if, maybe, hey, listen, you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if inviting Putin.
No, of course I'm right.
All right, shut up. I'm trying to give you a compliment, you jackass. If inviting Putin puts an end to this thing, to the war in Ukraine, great. Shut it down, invite him, talk it over. But I don't know. In the middle of a war, I don't know if the leader, the guy with the target on his head, comes out. I get the invite. I understand inviting someone, but again, he's already turned it down, whether or not he was invited.
I'm with Robin on this one. I'm worried about the safety of all the world leaders gathering at one place. Do you know you're right.
Security is going to be insane.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I get it. But it's like, the world leaders, not all of them, but a lot of them gather in the same place all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, when? Like, even like again, the summits, the this, that. It's always like just
they
like
go
a
to
big
the UN. They go to the G7. All this stuff.
It's like always kind of all the world leaders don't really go to the UN though.
A lot of them do.
Not at the same time.
Representatives and whomever. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all going to be at this place. And by the way, like, I know where they're having it. I don't know how big this place is, but it's fucking like, you're talking about a huge place.
Oh, it's going to be insane. And I can't imagine, like, who it would have to be. England is in charge of the security, but I'm sure everybody, and all of the other countries are bringing their security. So it's just going to be not only the leaders, but whoever is in charge of their security as well is all coming.
They're detailed. Nobody's telling the Secret Service they got to sit this one out. They fucking go. They're going to be there.
This is going to be an insane.
It's going to be
I wonder
crazy.
if it's like how it would work. Like, how does it? It's not just everybody sits. Like, I would have it staggered in some way. Like, when they put someone.
Well, the funny thing is who's going to be the country that's like all the way in the back, or worse, have you been to the college graduations where it's like you didn't make the cut to get into the gymnasium? You're in the fucking cafeteria watching it on the screen
on a TV.
What country's going to be like, oh, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we flew all this way. We're
got the cafeteria seats. You got to be shitting me.
Cookies are good though.
Yeah, that's true. Frank, Martha Stewart has gone topless.
Hey, good for her. You know what? What is she? 80, 81? And she's
yeah. She's hot as fuck, by the way.
What now? Is she topless? How? In what way?
Gorgeous. I'll get to it.
Okay.
I was just saying to somebody I know, we were talking about this earlier, that Martha Stewart was like an absolute goddess in my family for a 12-year run.
That's a good thing.
When she had her show during the It's a Good Thing prime, like everything that she fucking did, like made its way to a dining room table in my family. Like everybody was trying to be Martha Stewart. Oh, son of a bitch.
What?
She take it down?
What, she posted a topless thing?
She posted a topless thing and now it's gone.
On what platform?
Instagram.
Well, you can't show nudity on Instagram.
No, hold on. Maybe I'm hold on. Let me go to my thing that's signed in here. Instagram.
That's right. Jack Me Off. There was a Christmas skit on SNL with topless Martha Stewart. I think Anna Gasteyer.
On a
played
guest
her.
star. It's funny. I swear to God, I was going to bring this up because it's like it was a bit at one time and now it's fucking reality. Oh, okay. Hold on a second here. There's Martha Stewart, which is verified. And then there's Martha Stewart 48, which is also verified.
What the hell's 48?
I don't know. But take a look. Here we go. I put this up on the screen for everybody to gather and watch. We got to end the show very, very soon, Frank, because I do not want to shit myself on live podcast.
We don't want to see that either.
It's starting to get a little
Dicey.
I'm going to start to sweat.
All right, so she's got an apron on. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, but look, she's doing it to pump Green Mountain Coffee. She fucking showed up topless. Look, she's got nothing on but a fucking apron.
All right. Good for her.
Do I have to go topless to do my Jumpstart Coffee reads? Is that what this is going to start to take?
I don't know if that would help or hurt, but
Hurtful?
that's what I'm saying. It'd be hurtful. But looking good, man. 81. Good for her.
Listen, it is not below me to flash a titty to show my love and appreciation for Jumpstart. By the way, have you ever had Green Mountain Coffee? It's shit. Like, honestly.
It's nothing compared to... Bam.
You're damn right, my friend. Jumpstart
Nobody's-
Coffee. Absolute best.
Damn
Look at
right.
that.
This is the good stuff right here.
Green Mountain Coffee is the fucking Keurig of a shitty Holiday Inn hotel. Like, that's how god-awful Green Mountain Coffee is. I love Martha, but how much trouble is she in that she had to take this fucking endorsement and show up topless?
I don't know, man, but maybe can we get her to take a top off of this? One of us should take our tops off of this.
One of us has got to get topless, and J-Sab's already left, so bad news, audience.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Fucking Martha Stewart. Good for her. Jumpstart Coffee Company sponsors our episode. By the way, Green Mountain doesn't sponsor the fucking troops. They don't help the Navy SEAL Foundation, the veterans. They don't give a shit.
Anthony's angry.
They're fucking on Putin's side, that Green Mountain Coffee. I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but I've heard they like Putin.
All right, this is all hearsay.
A lot of people tell me.
All right, they're probably
a lot of people tell me.
I would just think that this was go with this one. I'm sure they're not funding the enemy, but go with this one because it's
Jumpstart Coffee is American. So much so that here's the thing: the Queen would have loved Jumpstart Coffee.
I'm sure she would have.
Unfortunately, she hasn't been here since they started the company, and she's got her own English tea bullshit to deal with. But secretly, I think she would have been like, sneak one of those fucking Jumpstarts under my pink hat over there in the corner.
That could be. Yeah,
take a sip on the ones looking.
Yeah, I think if she could switch from tea to this.
Yeah, she would have. This would have been the only coffee that would have gotten her to switch over. It certainly would not be fucking Green Mountain Coffee.
Man, you are pissed at Green Mountain Coffee.
What does a Green Mountain have to do with good coffee, by the way?
I don't know.
You want coffee to give you a jump start, my friend. Get that day going.
Jumpstart your day and jumpstart the veterans and jumpstart your life.
Jumpstart it all, baby.
Hell yeah. They do they have the K cups yet?
They were flirting around with it for a little while.
They'll get there. They're, we need to support them so they can start. They're doing new blends. They've got new stuff coming out. You contact them that they'll ship it right to you. They have the subscribe and save. You set it up. They deliver coffee right to your house. Boom! You don't have to think about it. You get the bag delivered. It's beautiful. It's
listen. I will love them. Coffee. I will love them K cups and all, Frank. But I do love the bag. I do love taking my sweet ass time
Oh, it's
Opening
nice.
that bad boy up. It's very luxurious.
It is.
Now, today was 5-Star Friday, and Jumpstart likes to shout out some of the 5-star reviews they get. By the way, modest. They could do 1,000 of these a day. They
Right.
choose not to. This one was from Jeff, who backed it up just this past December, who says, and I quote here, Anthony was correct about the medium roast, probably the best coffee I have had, but in reality, I have only sampled a few.
Now, here's how good this review is. He took the time on Christmas Day to write this review.
Yeah.
When everybody's
That's
got things to do, you're with your family. He was like, you know what? This coffee's amazing. It's Christmas. I'm going to give a little shout out, Christmas shout out to the folks over at Jumpstart.
By the way, little known fact, I also ignored my family on Christmas.
See? That's another perk. Perk.
Weirdly, though, I didn't put my
Jumpstart.
review. I didn't do my review online like Jeff here did. I just talked to the bag in the kitchen.
Nah, that works too.
It don't make me weird, does it? Order with the link in the description. Link also at the homepage of anthonyonair.com. Promo code AOA15. Save you some 15%. Kelly Ripa passed out while she was banging her husband, Mark Consuela.
So, do we know why? Or was it like overheating? Did she say why?
Yes, she had a large cyst growing on her ovaries.
Oh, hello. I didn't think it was going to be something like this. Okay.
Yeah, and she lost consciousness. Credit to him, he stopped. I don't know if I would have been able to, my man. I don't know if I would have called. I would have
because you're a bastard.
She would have woke up though and been like, "Oh, thank God you called." Did you?
Man, the ambulance isn't going to get here for like 5 minutes. I got a little time left here. That's fucked up.
Did you stop to get candy before you left?
Well, the counter was right there. No, so what happened? She all right? What's the deal there?
Yeah, no, this was a number of years ago. She's only just admitting it now. I think in a memoir bookie thing coming out or something. So yeah, that happened. Hey, imagine that though. Imagine you're banging your wife and she just goes out. That's fucking terrible. You talking about the elation to holy shit. That's a fast fucking,
That's a complete 180 of whatever was going through your head at that moment.
Yeah. Now I've never had a woman pass out on me, but I have had quite a few throw up on me, and it's
understandable.
It's discouraging.
I'm sure it's what's the word? Traumatizing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is.
That's an instant boner killer.
Well, you got to keep the boner while you ignore the throw up. That's the
challenge.
Focus.
Not everybody can do that.
Focus up. We'll skip the Chipotle story because I'm about to have a fucking Chipotle burrito style explosion in my pants.
That's colorful. Thanks.
And not the Mark Consuelo type, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. What are you hitting?
Couldn't find the music button there. Thanks to everybody for hanging with us this episode. I had a good time, Frank. You?
Me too. Yeah, everybody in the chat, awesome as always. You guys are great. Thank you to Jumpstart sponsoring the episode. You guys rule as well. Get that Jumpstart. It's worth it. Half the money goes to the troops. How great is that? To the Navy SEAL Foundation. How great is that?
Listen to this. Paige, every single girl I know has cysts on their ovaries. My daughter, me, all my friends and their daughters all needed surgery. Don't know why, but it's common yet scary. It's true. I actually have cysts on my ovaries. That's a little known fact.
I knew it.
Everybody keep me in your prayers, please. That is it. Enjoy yourself some weekends. We will be back on Monday.
We will.
For another exciting episode with Frankie C, J Sabs, and myself.
Become a member too.
Become a member.
Join button below.
Don't support NPR. Fuck NPR. We'll give you more than a tote. Believe you me.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now. Go ahead.
What does that even mean? How do we do better than a tote? Totes are fantastic.